This is actually my third time recording this video because it just ends up being really long, so let's keep this one shorter. Bethesda is adding pay-to-win repair kits into Fallout 76, and well, people are upset. This was announced in their recently released Inside the Vault article. They release these things on a weekly basis, and this one didn't look that long. But when you actually look at the repair kits, there's a lot to discuss around these. And in this video, I'm going to be going over exactly what they are, what they aren't, and why people are upset. Some of the past information that makes it seem like Bethesda might have had a little bit of an oopsie. They might have lied about something in the past. And then I'm going to give my own opinions. But I'm really going to try and keep my opinions separate from the facts around the situation. So what exactly are these new repair kits? Bethesda is describing these as new utility items they're adding into Fallout 76, and it might be the first of many utility items. There's going to be two kinds of these, basic repair kits and improved repair kits. Basic repair kits will 100% repair an item you have, so it'll take it back to full condition. With Fallout 76, condition is a new stat added in, so your items can break, whether it be a weapon you fire too much, an armor that gets too much damage, or these could actually also be used on camp items if another player or enemy NPC comes and breaks them. The way you use a repair kit is you just go into your inventory, expect that item, and then there'll be an option to fully repair it to 100% health. The two major benefits of these are, one, it is portable, so you can repair your item anywhere. You don't have to go to a crafting table. And then two, the fact that it doesn't require any materials. So once you have a repair kit, you can repair any item regardless of the other requirements to 100% health. And we'll talk about how big of a deal that second one is in a minute. As I mentioned before, there are two kinds of repair kits, basic and improved, and there's two major differences between these. The first one being basic repair kits, again, only heal your items to 100% health, so it's just their full health, while the improved repair kits will actually over repair items. This is a new mechanic added in with this game. You could do it also through various perk cards or through a good luck stat. You could actually find over repaired items in the wild, and basically it just gives it more condition. It'll repair it to 150%, so it'll take you even longer to burn through that extra 50% and this item to break yet again. But the other big difference is basic repair kits will only be available through the Atomic Shop, but improved repair kits won't be on the Atomic Shop and they'll only be available through in-game content. Bethesda doesn't really describe what explicitly here is, they just give one example, such as killing the Scorched Beast Queen. Although a pretty important disclaimer for the basic repair kits, them being available in the Atomic Shop doesn't mean they're only available with real-world money. You can earn the currency for the Atomic Shop, that known as atoms, for free just by playing the game, doing certain challenges, although this obviously will take a decent amount of time. Or alternatively, you could just pay real-world money to actually unlock some of these atoms. As of right now, Bethesda doesn't reveal the exact price of these repair kits, just that they will be coming. They also don't give an explicit release date. They said they expect to add them in the weeks following Patch 8. Patch 8 goes live on this coming Tuesday, so probably in the next 3 weeks or so. Now, I think it is pretty important to define what pay to win actually means, because that's kind of why this is concerning. I think a lot of people actually get pretty confused around this term, as the win part can be kind of misleading. So pay to win in this instance literally just means paying real world money to gain an in-game advantage. So with these repair kits, let's say I spend $100 on Fallout 76, I can get a ton of repair kits, and it will make the in-game experience easier for me. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to now be extremely dominant or win every interaction. It just means I have more of an advantage than another player who didn't use real-world money. The size of the advantage isn't relevant in defining it as pay to win. The size of the advantage is relevant though in community's perception. So how much of an advantage are these repair kits actually going to give you? Specifically looking at the basic repair kits since you could buy them. As I mentioned before, there's two major bonuses from these. The locational bonus, so not having to go to a crafting table to repair my items. I'd say this is the lesser of the two. At early levels, it certainly can be frustrating to find a crafting table. You might not have the caps to fast travel around to some of the placed ones on the map, or you might just not have the materials to create one at your camp, which you can fast travel to for free. Although I definitely think Bethesda recognizes this is a pretty nice feature. As I do say earlier on in this article, these are items that will help you spend more time looting and shooting and less time toiling away at workbenches fixing your gear. This also could provide a decent benefit in survival mode, as fast travel in that mode is way more restricted. You can't fast travel around anywhere, you are kind of limited on where you can go, although you still can go to your camp, and this can be pretty useful. Let's say you're in a firefight with another player, or even taking down the Scorched Beast Queen. That's cool, but I think the bigger buff and how this imposes a bigger issue in the game is with the material material requirement, or really lack thereof a material requirement. Some of the items in Fallout 76 can get pretty expensive to repair. There are certain items that require flux. You can only get flux by launching a nuke. There have been several instances where I'm playing this game and I have to go take 20 to 30 minutes to try and find all the appropriate materials to repair my item. Or now, alternatively, I can just jump onto the atomic shop and purchase a repair kit. How much this will impact an individual player really varies. Maybe you don't use power armor, so then it'll be less beneficial. Or maybe you use a bunch of weapons that are easy to repair, but there are definitely things in this game that take a while to find the materials for. Over the course of, let's say, a couple of weeks, buying a bunch of repair kits could save you hours of effort. And even further, at lower levels, this will be a lot more prominent. Depending on how much these cost, it might just be a lot easier for me to spend $1 or $2 on a repair kit than taking the time to get those materials myself. But then we do have the community reaction, and this is actually pretty valuable here. Bethesda mentions in this post they are looking for feedback on these, so there is the potential they will make changes on them in the future. So people are naturally pretty mad about these repair kits, and one big point I want to emphasize is, even though they definitely give tangible benefits in-game, this is certainly not to the point of making it so an irrelevant character is suddenly really good or really relevant. You still have to find the good armor and weapons on your own. This repair kit is just going to allow you to use them for longer, or spend less time trying to tediously get some of the materials to repair it. They're good, but it's not a totally game-changing feature, and I think the real reason a lot of people are angry is the concept of a pay-to-win item in the atomic shop. That's not something people want to see, and that's already been made somewhat clear. Many of you guys might remember that this isn't the first pay-to-win item in this game. A month or two ago now, we did have the Unstoppables promotion. This was a limited time event Bethesda was doing where you could wear a certain outfit, and depending on how many people are wearing an Unstoppables outfit in your party, everyone in the party would get a health bonus, up to 60 health, plus 15 HP for each person wearing an outfit. But each of these outfits had to be unique, so it's not like everyone could wear the same one. Of the outfits eligible for this, only one of the 5 was available for free in-game. The other 4 you could only get by purchasing 4 atoms on the atomic shop. So what that meant was, to get the full 60 HP bonus, you would have to spend real-world money. Now again, this was more minor. It was only a limited time event. Plus 60 HP in Fallout 76 isn't that big of a deal. Most people didn't PvP at that point. We didn't have survival servers. And even further, people's max HP typically can get pretty high, so the 60 HP bonus wasn't huge. But one of the big concerns around that, and one of the reasons I talked about it, was even though this initial implementation of a pay-to-win feature is minor, could it be something they expand upon in the future? The answer to that was now a yes, because we see these repair kits. And the next question I would have is, are these repair kits just another stepping stone? If there is a moderately positive reaction to them, could Bethesda go even further? Could they add in more pay-to-win items? And I would say the potential is definitely there and almost foreshadowed in this article. This is somewhat speculative, but Bethesda references these repair kits as a new utility item that a lot of people were requesting. And towards the end of this section, they also mentioned there are a lot of other utility items people were also requesting, such as refrigerators for camps, ammo and food converters, the ability to send scrap to your stash without actually having to head home. So me reading that, and again, this is my own speculation, I wouldn't be shocked if in the future, Bethesda has this new utility item category that has one component of it on the atomic shop and another component for free in-game that you can get as an event reward. I think it'll be important now to make noise around this to show discontent so Bethesda doesn't continue with this idea. If you guys remember a while ago on this channel, I showcased what was found to be loot boxes in Fallout 76 and in the game's code. Those never got fully implemented, but I truly believe those were items planned for Fallout 76, but then people found them, people got angry about them, and thus Bethesda never added them in. This is total speculation, but it wouldn't shock me if Bethesda is speculating around adding in pay-to-win utility items, and they're just trying to see the reaction or reception to this first one. But even further, the other thing a lot of people are going to reference is how in the past, Pete Hines talked about the atomic shop saying it would be cosmetic only, and it wouldn't be pay-to-win. The two explicit quotes of interest being, "I'm no better playing against other players because I spent money. It's not pay to win and it's not loot crates." And then the other one, and to say the atomic shop is cosmetic stuff to make sure folks understand, look, there's a line. There are people who have crossed it, but we're going to stay on the right side of it in terms of the things you can spend money on and how this stuff works and what you're getting for $60. Now granted, these quotes are from 5 months ago before the game even was released, so Bethesda could have decided internally to go in a different direction compared to what they were thinking then. But this really seems like one of those situations that is avoidable. If you don't want to see this in the game, I'm sure Bethesda will listen, or at least I'm kind of hopeful they will. But at the same time, I also have the opinion, what are you doing? Who at Bethesda sat down and was like, hey, yeah, this is what the game needs? We just saw Tad Howard walk up on stage and say, Fallout 76 performed well. If the game is a financial success, why are you adding in pay-to-win features? We've been seeing a ton of positive press around this game. I'm very happy about that. I want to see Fallout 76 succeed. We're only a few days away from what is likely to be one of the biggest updates to this game, and this is what you release right before then? Like, is the money that tight that you need to add this kind of thing into the Atomic Shop? Can't you just add in some cool skins? There's a lot of people out there that are more than willing to pay for some cool outfits in this game. This is one of those moves by Bethesda that I just truly do not understand. Who thought this would be even a remotely good idea? There was pretty big backlash the first time when it was just a limited time event pay-to-win feature. Hopefully this is just one of those things that gets nipped in the butt and is over. In a week or two, Bethesda announces, hey, we made a mistake, we're not going to be adding that, and we heard your feedback. And then we can continue on with positive press and cool updates to Fallout 76. But if that doesn't happen, which Bethesda hasn't always been super receptive, I just really have to wonder why. Why would you ever think this is a good idea to add into the game, especially when you're on a good streak to begin with? Outside of that, some of the other major highlights from this article, we find out that this part of the trailer is going to be known as the Burrows. It's under Harper's Ferry. The Brotherhood of Steel sent some people down there, and obviously they didn't come out. They mentioned how they'll share more details on this next week, but it really seems like it's going to be a new high-level dungeon in this game. We hear more about the camera coming to Fallout 76 on April 16th. It's going to be an item you can equip like a weapon, but instead of firing bullets, you're going to take screenshots or pictures. The camera is actually going to be quite a bit more expansive than I originally realized. You're going to be able to mod it. It's going to have a quest, challenges, and you'll be able to put on different lenses, which is really cool. They also mentioned this is another one we'll hear more about next week, but then finally they're moving one thing. We were supposed to get player vending in the next week update, but now they're actually moving that, and it's going to be coming out in May for patch 9, which I guess this also confirms patch 9 is coming in May, which is pretty far. A lot of people are really looking forward to player vending, so this is rather unfortunate, but I'd rather a good feature that is well implemented into the game rather than something that doesn't work totally right. So I'm pretty okay with this. That's pretty much going to wrap it up for this video, but I wanted to be really clear with those new items, those new repair kits that are pay to win, what they are, what they aren't, and hopefully you can form an informed opinion about them, about what you want to see in the future of this game or what you don't want to see in the future of this game. Naturally, I don't want to see stuff like that, but hey, maybe you do, and that's okay. As always, again, I thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you all next time. Later.